Hello, dear students. Today, my topic is short analysis of the selfish giant. Today, I try to analyze its plot, character, symbolism, conflict, theme, and message. Through these points, you can understand the story in a very easy way. Here I categorize the plot into four parts. A. Exposition. In the beginning of the story, the children used to play in the giant gardens, which is so large and beautiful, where author give the description the garden. B. Rising action. When the giant entered his garden, children were playing in his garden and he kicked out the children and made a wall and put the notice. C. Climax. Then the spring come and over the country there were little blossom and little birds. Only in the garden of selfish giant it was still winter. D. Facing action and resolution. The giant realized that he was too selfish until the autumn did not want to give a spring for his garden. Because of that, he broke down the wall and let the children play in his garden. There are mainly three characters in this story: the giant, little boy, and children. We are talking about the giant. Once there was a selfish giant. He had a very beautiful garden in front of his place where he lived. He went to his relative's house and stayed there for some days. In the meantime, children played in the garden. One day, when the giant came back, he saw the children playing freely in his garden. This made him seriously angry and he drove them away. He built a huge wall round the garden to stop entrance into it, so the children could not play. Then the garden became lifeless without any flower or bird. Though it was the season of spring, winter prevailed in the garden. The giant found no trace of spring in his garden. One day he could hear the chirping of birds and look out the window. He saw the children were playing in the garden. It was full of flowers and birds. He came out of his castle into the garden, and seeing him coming, the children ran away. At once the garden became lifeless again with cold. He could realize the matter of felt sad. Then he allowed them to enter into the garden and play freely. The garden immediately regained its life with flowers leaf. From that time the giant and the children become close friends. Its symbolism. Children. The children symbolize innocence, purity, wonder, freshness, non-calculation, the absence of narrow ambition and purposes. As yet innocent of life, the children portrays the origin of all. It symbolizes a primordial unity. The season. Season symbolize the time and the stage of giant. Giant symbolize the human body enlarged to the point of being monsters. Giants evoke terror and remind humans of bodies, fertility, and mortality. Snow symbolizes death and sadness, the time of hibernation, death and darkness. Conflict. The giant versus children. Children want to play in giant's garden, but the giant did not want to let the children playing there. That's the reason of building wall to stop children entering in his garden. Second, the giant versus himself. When he realized that he was too selfish, Adam did not want to give a spring in his garden. We can also find his monologue in this story. He is being conflicted with himself. And at last, theme and message. The author wants you to learn that being selfish does not help. You should learn to share and be nice to others. This story teaches us the value of love and shares. If we love others, it fills our heart and life with happy moments and pleasant experiences.